First Wednesday. Basic idea is that there's a loophole, I guess, in the legal system, or laws as they call them, that you can be naked on stage legally, but you can't take off your clothes on stage. That would be illegal. That would be illegal. Words. So anyway, that show, it's very funny. But our next comedian actually performs that, and will be performing that this coming showcase show. And please put your hands together for Cameryn Moore, Phone Whore.
I tell the host to introduce me like that so that when I start talking about gangbangs and blowjobs in a second, you won't think I'm just a slut. I'm actually a professional slut, all right? I submit invoices every other week. I get to deduct my vibrator expenses every year. I'm a professional phone sex operator. It's how I pay my bills and break the ice at parties. Clearly that works. People ask me all the time, why phone sex, right? It's not a common choice. It's not something that comes up in the high school career counseling center very often. And the answer to that I deal with in my forthcoming tell-all book. Say something, motherfucker, I can hear you breathing. It's going to go straight to the top. I feel it. I cover that in I cover the question of why in my first chapter. It's a very short chapter. I was broke. 96.2. People do things when they're broke, all right? People do crazy shit when they're broke. So I went out, I was feeling desperate, but you know, after a little while, I really was like, this is it. This is the shit, all right? Because I mean, I've been going along for my whole adult life, you know, feeling a little out of place in my work environments, and this is like a perfect job for my motor mouth and my gutter mind, all right? I don't get a lot of approval on my employment, you know, job reviews very often when I was doing that in the office. Gutter mind was not something that came up. I like that it was that convergence of those skills. I also like that I get to share the joy of sex. It's kind of humanitarian that way. And I've had a lot of volunteer experience in the field, so that's good. Actually, you would think that would be good, but I have to rein it in sometimes. My checkered past gets in the way because I have a lot of enthusiasm for sex, and you know, so like the first time out, like I remember the first couple months, I really didn't know how to get at what these guys were wanting. I didn't understand what they were saying because sexy and kinky and dirty all have different words depending on where you're coming from. So this guy would come on and say, I want a really dirty girl. I want someone really kinky. And so I'd be like, okay, strap you down in a dentist chair and piss in your mouth. And of course, inevitably, it would turn out he just wanted to fuck me in the ass. So, okay, why, it's 2010, right? Why is ass fucking still dirty? I don't understand. I mean, in some ways, it'll always be a little dirty, but you know, I had to learn how to pull back and see what they wanted. You know, it's the perennial question of phone sex. Actually, the perennial question is, what do men want? Usually, it's always like, what do women want? I don't know what the fuck men want. I mean, this is always the challenge of doing this work. I just have to wait and see what they say. I just have to pull it out of them somehow. And I don't know where it's coming from. Like I got one caller, this older gentleman, who, you know, we're just chit-chatting. We just start out with kind of mild chit-chat, and then he starts talking about the weather, and I'm going along with that. And then he starts talking about gardening, and I'm going along with that. And, you know, we're talking about, like, sun exposure and fertilizer and rhododendrons. And, hey, about 2 minutes before the end of the call, I'm like, Wallace, you know, you have 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes here. Do you want to come before the end of the call? He said, oh, honey, I came 3 minutes ago. And of course, I'm replaying this whole call in my head, going, what was it that sent him over? Was it the fertilizer? What? Scat for gardeners? I'm going to keep an eye on who's laughing at scat. I'm going to talk to you later. I get another kind of caller that I call the ADD boys. The ADD boys, they're like all over the fucking map, all right? I have to keep up with them. And they just have no focus. They have no focus whatsoever. So, you know, 1 minute they're saying, okay, you know, you're down on your knees giving me a blowjob. I'm like, okay, all right? That's how you do it when you're doing sound effects. Disgusting. You don't want to be washing dishes before that. And then the next minute they're like, okay, you're swinging from the chandeliers with two other girls with grape jelly smeared all over your tits. I'm like, okay, up on the chandeliers, get out the smuckers, let's go, yeah. And, okay, so okay, you're out back with grandma behind the barn and a horse. Okay, behind the barn, go, grandma, go. After 45 minutes of that shit, right? I mean, the rope on which my disbelief is suspended is starting to fray. And so, then towards the end, they're like, okay, you're down on the floor, there's 20 guys around you, they're all getting ready to come on your face. I'm like, okay, there's 20 guys, wait, did you let them in? I didn't let them in. Who let these guys in? 20 guys, don't just go into a house. All right. Not my house, ladies. I have a regular caller who always starts out his calls like talking about big tits. Like, he loves his big tits, his hot wife and her big tits, and walking down the street in big tits. It's all about the big tits. And then 2 minutes into it, his voice goes up half an octave, and he starts calling me mistress, and he's saying, please, mistress, please don't make me suck that big black cock. And I did not expect to be narrating so much interracial gay porn when I joined this phone sex line, right? I wasn't expecting it at all. I would say 50% of my calls are looking for big black cock. 50%. Most of it from that guy. And then I strap him down to a dentist chair and piss in his mouth. No. I have a little bit of time left, and I wanted to try something out. We have about 2 minutes left. Do you want to come before you go? I'm not gonna do. No. I've done this before, like for colleges and a couple of really rowdy bar crowds, and I want to open the floor up to 3 questions. All right, because odds are good that you probably haven't really met a sex worker or know a phone sex operator. You probably know a phone sex operator, you just don't know about it because most of them don't talk about it. But I want to just kind of put myself out there, and I will answer 3 questions from the crowd, seriously. No question is, well, no, some questions are stupid, but no, any questions at all. Like anything you might be curious about, the work that I do, where I get my bra, anything like that. No, the work, confine it to the work. Seriously, this is an improv crowd, all right? You guys, you were here for the improv show, a lot of you. Come on, step up. Anybody? You don't have to come up on stage and do this.
Call you?
What's that?
Do women call you?
I have never gotten any calls from women. I got one call from a guy who wanted to put his girlfriend on the line. They were both coked up so high I could barely understand. I don't get a lot of calls from women. I think I would enjoy that. But unfortunately, no. It's all guys. And guys pretending to be girls. So that works out all right. I don't think it's very accurate, though. They don't know what it's like to be a girl. So, do we have anybody else?
What do you wear?
What do I wear at home?
Yeah.
When I'm talking on the phone? Oh, the thigh-high boots, obviously. The thigh-high boots and the... No, I wear pajamas. I wear sweat things. I mean, in my mind, I have a walk-in closet the size of this room, obviously, plus a menagerie out back and, fucking the speed dial for all the 20 guys that need to get called in. But, I just keep it real. I mean, that's why, like, when I go out, that's when I dress like a fucking slut, because I never, at home, I'm like sweatpants. When I go out, I want to live it up a little bit. So, yeah. Got time for maybe one more question? Oh, lights are blinding. What? Yes.
Do you have a favorite caller?
Yes, I have a number of. I enjoy my calls. I really do. I enjoy the guys that I work with. There's only a couple of them that I really think are skis balls, but that's okay. Out of all the calls I get, I respect that my guys call and ask for things that they want. All right, or beat around the bush and get to it eventually. The one that I like the most is I call him in my head like the gentleman ass pirate. All right, sounds like one of those Regency romance novels, kind of, frilly shirts and swashbuckling, Gentleman ass pirate. He's got a southern accent, and he's so fucking charming. He just makes my day every time he calls. So why gentleman? When he's ripping my sweaty pantyhose off my ass, he's apologizing the whole time. He's like, I'll buy you another pack, and he's ripping it open. He puts me on the he puts me on the ground. It's always got like this sheepskin rug, it's real comfortable on knees. Puts pillows underneath me so my back doesn't get sore, back doesn't get tired, and points out the lube over in the corner, And then when he's getting ready to go for it, He always says something like, okay, take a deep breath now, take a deep breath now. I'm gonna slide it in, put lots of lube on, I'm gonna slide it in nice and easy. Just take a deep breath out, it's gonna be real gentle. And I'm sitting here going, this is your dime. This is your dime. You can have this any way you want. You could fucking rip me open like a side of beef, right, on your dime. But instead, you are worried about my anal pleasure and health. And that, my friends, is a gentleman. So that's it for me. Thank you very much, you guys.
He's going to be specializing in jokes about our favorite 50 states, so please